going on, guys? So it is 3 days since the track day at CSCS. My car feels like it's not hitting VTEC, so we're actually here at a tuner shop, also my neighbor, Tuning by Nick. Got some cool little projects here. And so we got my car on the dyno, and hopefully we can diagnose what's going on here. And Nick says that if we can figure out what we've got going on now, we can turn up the power, which would be sick. So we're gonna just let the car warm up, see what's going on. It feels like the car's not hitting VTEC, but we'll see. So Nick just did the first pull, and the car, you can very clearly audibly hear it's breaking up. Oh my God, I'm not holding this high enough. And I look dirty as shit from work, but the car's breaking up. And so thankfully I brought some spare plugs, which I didn't bring to the track. So we're gonna grab those, throw them in, and we'll see what happens. So Nick's gapping the plugs right now. I'm taking out the old ones that are hot. Still breaking up. So we're doing a pit stop ignition coil change. As Nick said, if the car runs good after this, we're going to fucking turn it up. Turn it up.
Yeah, baby. Turn it off. Turn it off.
All right, this is pull number 3. Now with some used ignition coils Nick had. And hopefully this fixes the problem, because I already want to put an SR on this thing. Okay, so the car is still breaking up, but I want to show you the dyno pulls. The car made peak of 294. I think that was the first run. 279, 277, 240 torque. That's why I felt like ass on the track. I'm literally down, 100 and whatever the math is. I'm like too confused to even think about it, because I'm standing right by the exhaust that's running. But it's still breaking up. You can see it runs great, and just I don't know what, something. So Nick suspects that we jumped the tooth, or my valve adjustment is way out because I drive this like an idiot. So here, we'll see. We already did the other 3, so this is number 4. Go. Okay. That one's like just over 120. So seems like it's off the tooth, hopefully. So you can clearly see the yellow line is where the car used to be, and then all the other squiggly ones are where we are now. And she fucked. Okay, what's up, guys? It is now probably from the last clip you've seen, several days or weeks after we had the car on the dyno. So we got the car here, got it at the shop. I'm gonna tear it apart now. It's been running good. It's what like really throwing me off, because it doesn't smoke, it doesn't do anything other than just not make any power. Yeah, I don't know, like hopefully it's just a valve lash thing. Valve lash, or it jumped the tooth on the timing. The only thing I'm kind of dreading right now is pulling that stupid ass ATI damper off. Fuck you. Because they're like pretty much pressed onto the crank. So we'll tear it into the car now, and hopefully we can find the problem today. Well, valve cover's off. I don't know, I can't see anything wrong so far. I haven't really checked anything. Nick was saying that either the valve adjustment is out, because it has been going 1.5 years, smacking red line, or the timing has jumped the tooth either down up here or down on the crank. So I guess I'll quickly check the valve lash. I don't know, I highly doubt that that's like that far out. If you've seen the last video, I don't know, I think the car was if I remember correctly, 130 psi each cylinder. It's not like one cylinder is out, it's all 4 are down, so it makes sense that we could be off timing. It has new timing components like timing chain guides, tensioners, EP3 upper guide, and then drag cartel like bottom I don't know, like a thing that helps it not jump timing, but so it's just odd for it to jump timing. Granted though, I don't really drive this car like a drag Civic guy. For 8 seconds, it's more like 8 minutes of red line. So we're definitely putting K-Series to work. Yeah, all right, I'll see what I find. Okay, so I had to look at the valve lash, and now I got the timing marks lined up. The valve lash, I looked at it, and it's a little loose, but nothing to cause the car to be down, you know, like 80 psi of compression. But it does look like that the crank is off one tooth from the cams. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So come down here. So I line these two marks on the top, whatever the dot's there, and this is giving me enough evidence. I know you can't fully go off the crank pulley, but the little timing mark on the front cover here, right there, you can see where it's marked TDC, top dead center, one on the crank pulley, right there in the center, right here, TDC. And if you actually see where ahead of that point there, so either the crank is off one tooth, and this is just giving me enough evidence to go ahead and pull the front cover off. Let's see here. Holy shit. All right. That's giving me enough evidence to take the damper off, the front cover off, and then there's an actual mark on the crank gear and then on the actual engine block. So I'll make sure that those are on right. So what probably happened is just like this tensioner, which is new from Honda, probably went bad. Well, not went bad, but it's just like being so abused. This may just be like a wear item every year and need a change. But if that's the case, right now I'll set it back on timing, make sure that the car runs good, and then I'll look to get a new tensioner, and I'll measure the chain and see if that's stretched too. Okay, well, it's led us to this point that my motor may have kicked the bucket because timing's on. I just retimed the motor and it's all the timing marks are lining in the same spot. So we're gonna leak down test the motor, make sure that it's either the rings, intake valves, or exhaust valves. If this goes good, then the valve lash is really bad. I don't know. We're turning this up. Go to 100 psi. And then we're at 92, 4, 6, 8, 10. We're at 94 psi. Which 7% leak down.
So what are you doing now?
Setting it TDC. Now with the cam lobes up. Which I just use a screwdriver to show me when the piston's all the way up.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, that's more like it. Get it up to 100. Tell me I'm at 100. On this gauge.
Yep.
Well, that's fucking great. Still freaking leaking out of this. No, go, whatever. Okay. Form 100. Right at 100, right at 100. This one's better, 96. 96, we're at 4% leak down. Yeah, let it go. Even with this hissing here.
So we're checking the valve lash on cylinder 1.
Bro, it's freaking tight. No. Valve lash is fine. Oh, see, now I'm even more like, what the fuck is going on? Let me just run a normal compression test now. Always got to make sure you have something holding on the crank gear, the timing gear, when cranking the engine, because sometimes that gear will move and your chain will slip, and then you kaput's your good engine. So I use a hole saw end bit with the crank pulley around it to push it on here. I've seen videos of guys running their cars without the crank pulley on, and the car's like, yeah, sick, I did the timing good, and then that flies off and they cook their motor. So make sure you put something on the crank to hold it all up.
Well, that's smart. So cylinder 1 was 170, 175, which is good. Then it started puking oil out of there. Forgot about that. Spencer's on the Honda forum now.
HondaTech.com.
How do you feel about the first compression number?
I don't know. This guy, SJ Racer, says that he gets 185 to 177. Show him what we found earlier over there.
This is not something that we were aware of when we started this project, but this is the external wastegate, which used to have a screamer pipe on it.
Of course.
That went down to the ground. Yeah, you got to. And this might be hard to show.
If you can see all the black shit down there, it is broken off, which last time it broke off, I heard it fall off, and this time I haven't heard it fall off. So we'll run over the theory once we compression test the rest of these cylinders.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
195.
What the heck?
See, that's more like it. Let me recheck number 1. Because I don't know, maybe it's building oil pressure now and something's happening. That's why the other one's reading high.
Crank. Okay.
175.
That's the same as before. What do we think?
I don't know what to take away from that.
Me neither.
Do we even know what we're doing?
No. So we calculated a 13% difference in compression from cylinder 1 to 4. 4 being the highest, kind of an anomaly compared to the rest. They're all around 175, 80, right? That's kind of the range for 1, 2, and 3, and the last one was
195.
195.
Which is what it should all be.
What cylinder is 170?
Number 2. The theory is that the wastegate pipe broke off the wastegate. That sounded weird, that sentence, but... And it's just blowing exhaust gas right on the top of the O2.
O2's right.
The wires are fine, but the thing is, the way an O2 sensor reads is it gets fresh air from the top of the sensor where the wires come in, and then the so that's how it calculates the air fuel ratio. Is it fresh air through the top of the wires, and then the exhaust gas is in the downpipe. So if there's the wastegate just blowing exhaust gases on the top of the O2, it might give false readings. Which
And it is. It's like probably 4 inches between it and a direct shot from the wastegate to the top
Nick
of the O2.
was saying that when these O2 sensors get old, they, instead of reading from 10.0 air fuel ratio to 20.0, they narrow. But I think maybe what he was seeing on the dyno was the wastegate blowing exhaust gas on the top of it, and maybe it was giving it funky readings. Hopefully that didn't hurt the motor though, it didn't lean out or anything like that. But yeah, compression's good, I guess, so.
Get a carburetor.
Get a carburetor, suck my dick. Guys, day 3 now working on this bullshit. So the timing and valve lash came back inconclusive. Basically, pretty much the timing was on, the valve lash is fine, the timing chain didn't stretch, so the motor's in time. So it's got good compression. Now we just got to come down to why is it down 200 horsepower. So let me show you here. So I got a new O2 sensor here. These things are not cheap. So I didn't get the OEM one, whatever. This is like what I have in the car, so it should be fine. But hopefully, so what I'm gonna do, where's this pipe? So I stopped off at Zorro Muffler. The homies there hooked it up. I got 1 3/4 inch stainless piping here to make a new dump tube, but instead of just putting it right to the floor, the plan is we're gonna recircuit back into the downpipe because this shit is just, it's way too loud on the street. It's cool, it sounds cool, but honestly the older I get, the more like it's annoying me. more than I think it's cool. You know, like even if I just want to go half throttle, just merging onto the highway, not even trying to speed, like the car just sounds like I'm doing like a million miles an hour. So hopefully recircuiting it down, I can hear more turbo noises and shit. What I'd like to do actually by the end of this, just a little short clips, is I'll put a comparison of what it sounded like with the external wastegate, and then a comparison of what it sounds like with it rerouted back in, just so you guys can maybe determine if you wanted to do external wastegate or reroute it back in, because it does come down to sound preference at this point, right? It's not any sort of beneficial power increase or spool or anything like that. So it just comes down to how you want it to sound. So I'd rather have it in the downpipe now. So we'll get to it. I'll throw that new O2 in, and then hopefully this solves the problem, because I'd really like to get back to drifting. Okay, here's a better look at what I'm talking about. There we go. As you can see, there's no dump tube on there. Oh, sorry. It would normally be like here, but it is not here. What I think happened is the last track that we went to was yeah, I did that crack. What the fuck? What last track day at Cayuga at CSCS, the first lap out there, I had some super old Continentals on the car. They're like 235 whatevers, and I just had them around here at the shop, and like they had zero grip, and my dumbass attacked the first corner like I had grip, and so basically like I flew off the track. But what I think happened then, because that run up to the line, the car felt great, but after I flew off there, the car never really made the power it did in that morning. So I think what happened is when I flew off there, the welds were already cracking on that dump tube, and they broke off. And then what happened then is that when I was just ripping it, the wastegate was just blowing on the O2 and it was getting false readings. Hopefully it didn't hurt the motor. Obviously compression's still okay, so I think it's fine, but we'll go from there. Oh fuck, forgot my glasses.
That'll do.
Fucking thing's hot, man.
Make it look nice.
Okay, you got the pipe all fabricated up.
Yep,
It's nice.
Okay, enough for me. Makes me happy.
Good. Fill that in.
Now I gotta cut a bunch of angles, bro. Oh my. Not a lot of playing room in here. We're closed.
Doesn't know where his chop saw is, so he's angle grinding pie cuts.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not
Alright,
bad.
baby. Like you line it up
That's
like this.
pretty nice.
All right, you got a progress update.
Yep, reinforced bracket.
Oh yeah.
But I like half marked where I'm gonna put. Oh, I'm not proud of this. I'm not proud of this. You're not gonna see it, but like I got a little. It fits good. It's not easy on the eyes though.
No.
It is what it is, but
Hey.
that's a little half circle I marked out. So we'll be going something like that. But right now I gotta cut this out, open this hole up, and then I'll put the downpipe back in the car, put this on there, tack it up, then remove it, and then I'll weld the rest of it in the car.
Sick.
I'll leave it like that, you'll cover it, and then like, there, you won't even know it's all fucked up. I'll clean it up. Just because Calvin said he would be disappointed in me.
I would be. Best MIG welder in the game.
I don't think that's the title I want, but
can barely see it, but he's got it all tacked up in there. This is the next problem. Come on. It's because you have the bracket.
Oh,
off
dude!
the one.
No! Come out the top. It'll come out the top.
Will?
Oh my god, it will. Watch this. 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 Yeah. Yeah, I'd recommend if you want to route your wastegate back in, just buy the TF Works downpipe that they sell. Don't do it yourself. Well, now that I moved the wastegate, look at that. Wow.
Look at that piece.
Don't look at that piece.
So, final product.
If I didn't weld it so shitty, it'd actually be kind of cool looking. But Evan, blur this out. This is not PG-13. Like, this is just blur this all out. Okay, we'll put it back in. Oh, it's
Still warm.
The way we're gonna test this is we're gonna rip it by some cops. If he looks over, it's still too loud. If it's quiet, like he doesn't look over,
Did a perfect job.
like yeah, we did. We succeeded. It doesn't really fit that good.
It's a little bit of I don't know.
You don't know?
Massaging.
A little.
A little massage.
Oh, it's so close.
A little massage.
Well, it's done now. Me and Calum are having a mandatory ice cream break.
Stood in line for like 15 minutes.
Worth it.
It's good.
I'm just warming my car up now so we can go take it for a drive. Oh, that's a weird perspective. Alright, so we're gonna go take it for a drive and Calum will film and see how it sounds and hopefully it fixes the problem.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
God bless. Alright, we made it to Mexico. That's sick. That's cool as fuck.
It's so quiet. I don't know, it's still kind of slow.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know. Like it should have spun second there.
Yeah, that's true. But wow, it's quiet.
Super quiet. I kind of hear VTEC now.
Wastegate makes it feel fast.
Dude, the motor. Holy shit, it sounds crazy. Look, she's not even looking.
Yeah.
Look how quiet it is. Let's see if it spins first. I don't know.
It's fast, dude. Yeah, it feels fast. I don't know.
It's crazy. Why is it like? It feels like it's not spinning the tires. Even first there.
Yeah, it's like the tiniest bit.
What the hell? Oh my god, that sounds insane though.
It does. It sounds sick.
That even sounds crazy.
How fast are we going?
Doing 60 kilometers an hour.
All right, back to the shop. Spencer, we just went through videos and counting the seconds because he doesn't believe that he believes it's slower. But we counted the seconds in the videos and everything of old videos. Is hilarious.
Basically, have our own homemade draggy. So I pulled up a video of me doing a third gear pull, and I counted 4 seconds from the start of putting in third to the end, and then we checked the time clip stamp on this video, and it took 3 to 4 seconds as well. So I don't know how scientific that is. It feels fast, but I don't know if it feels faster now because it's quieter. It's awesome regardless that it's quieter. I should have done this regardless, but I can't tell if the problem I was running into before is fixed.
Yeah.
Which I think so. I believe so.
I believe so too. It's just that when you have a gate in the car, it just makes it feel like you're going so fast.
Yeah.
Like it makes it, it's just that loud, just gate noise that makes it feel crazy, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. Time will tell, and really I won't know until I put my my drift spares on, because
Yes.
that lights up like first, second, third gear. These
Exactly.
tires are they're so large, they're so sticky that depending if it's cold or hot out, they'll grip up the car or they'll be loose.
Yeah.
So it's kind of warm today, so that could be helping it. Because what's tripping me out is it's not spinning,
Yeah.
and that's how I can tell it's not making the power it's supposed to be. But I can tell it's making power.
Oh, it's moving.
It's
I'm
moving.
in the seat. Dude.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I don't know.
I think we're gonna conclude it here. I'll
Yeah.
probably bring it to a track day like this because nothing else makes sense for it to be down. We had to look at the tune, timing, valve lash. I replaced that O2 sensor, and now the wastegate's routed in. Now only thing to do is test it on the track. So hopefully it runs good at the track when we try it.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's fixed, but that should wrap this up.
Yeah.
The 240 is fixed now, supposedly,
Yeah.
hopefully, but we'll see. Only time will tell at the next track day.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Ciao.
And ciao.